Olivia E. According to Holly Hondrich, an associate producer with a master's in journalism writing in the BBC News in January of 2023, since 2016, nearly 10,000 people have died since Canada's passing of their law in voluntary active euthanasia. This law puts into place how hospitals look at ethics in end-of-care life. Incurable illness is now an unfortunate common occurrence that could affect anyone in this room. Canada should abandon their law in medical assistance in death. First, I will talk about what the law is. Then, I will talk about how it impacts those who are ineligible. Then I will talk about the exclusion of mentally ill. And then I will talk about the future. And lastly, I will talk about the future of this bill. Bill C-14 was passed in 2016 in January and was put into place in June of 2016. According to Ellie Isenberg-Grisenda, who has a doctorate from McGill University, writing in the Journal of Pain and Symptom Management, published in 2020, in order to be eligible for medical assistance in death, you must be 18 years of age or older, have an irremediable condition, be in declining condition, and have a foreseeable cause of death. Next, I will talk about ineligibility and how it impacts those who are ineligible. There have been 2 cases of individuals who applied for medical assistance in death but were denied, and both of them had a history of suicide. After being denied, both of them attempted, stating they didn't want to leave their family with an unexpected burden. This puts into question what safeguards are in place to help protect those who are vulnerable and who are already vulnerable, according to Mark Hamburg, who has a doctorate from Duke University, writing in Psychiatric Times of June 2020. Next, I will talk about the exclusion of psychiatric illness. Psychiatric illness has been excluded from the bill since the beginning, and in 2021, Canada passed Bill C-7, which excludes mentally ill until March of 2023. In January of 2023, they extended that into March of 2024, as putting in safeguards is a difficult process, and Canada Mental Health Association states that it is nearly impossible to consider a psychiatric illness as an irremediable condition and which qualifies to be part of the medical assistance in death. Lastly, I will talk about the future of this bill. The future is extremely uncertain, as safeguards are hard to put into place, and many state that it truly does not protect those who are vulnerable, and if we can truly protect those who are in end-of-life care, and to make sure that it's not being abused. Emmanuel Bellinger, a professor at Brown University, writing in the Journal of Medical Ethics in 2019, wonders if this law is truly a response to poor end-of-life care that is already happening around the world and in Canada. First, I talked about what the law was. Then, I talked about those who are ineligible and how it impacts them. Then, I talked about the exclusion of psychiatric illness. And lastly, I talked about the future of this bill. Canada should abandon their law in medical assistance in death. Since 2016, nearly 10,000 people have died, and many apply every day. If they were to abandon this law, they would give family more time with their loved ones.